So the train can't go up, it can't come down because both sides of the tracks is being blocked. Looks like this vehicle was making a left-hand turn based off of the directional still flashing, and somehow he came in contact with that car. I'm not too sure how that happened, but it looked like the results of it. The left-hand turns always get you. But the most important thing you got to pay attention. See that double solid line there? There's no break in that line, so you shouldn't be crossing that line. So, I don't know if you can make a left. You can make a left, do it, but it's gonna be tough to make a left. Yeah, if I would try to make a right rather than a left. Yeah, the left is gonna be. It's gonna. Yep. Take care. Be safe. I wouldn't try to make a left. Like you, if you're a good driver, you can do it, but based off what I see right now, half these drivers are not good drivers, so I wouldn't put them to do something they can't do, because it'd be considered most challenging. That's more than an obstacle course for them to make that left-hand turn. How do you think that happened? I don't know. Somebody not... I don't know, because you see where he's hit. He's hit on his driver's side, so... No, well, this one's hit on his driver's side rear. That one's hit on his passenger side front. So, like I said, I'm not too sure. Not too sure. It is raining out. That is important to understand. Grounds are slippery. Tracks are slippery as well. They even put a mirror up here so people can kind of see when they're coming out that blind driveway. Actually, I thought he got his four ways on. I thought he had his directional on, but he actually got his four ways on. Like I said, it's kind of hard to say what could have happened, but I guess we'll hang around for the tow. I don't know. Interesting.
engine 41, an unconscious person, 23 Farrington Avenue. Brighton, engine 41, an unconscious
He's trying to do the left-hand turn. So the left-hand turn is not recommended because you got a double solid line there. So there should be a sign saying no left turn coming out of here. Because you not only crossing trolley train tracks, but you're crossing 2 lanes of traffic each way. So you got 4 lanes of traffic that you're trying to cross in a small, tight area, which is not what I would not recommend. But some people would do it, and sometimes they get lucky and they get away with it. Sometimes they don't. So it is what it is. That bus is going to try to go around the trolley on this side. So we'll see how that bus makes out on the opposite side of the road. The police officer is going to block the other side so the bus can make that swing. So see what he got going on there. Looks like he can make it, as long as you just keep it moving. Now you got the cars doing the same thing. It wasn't intended for the cars, it was only intended for the buses. Go that way. Now you got another bus over here going to try to do the same thing too. No, it's always monkey see, monkey do, but it's not supposed to be that way, but that's what they do anyway. The buses were supposed to only go that side, not the actual cars, but it is what it is.
Health mechanical alarm going off at 5:40.
There's another bus trying to make that turn, but without the proper direction, he's not going to be able to do it. Somebody's going to have to stop that traffic from up there. And the cars could go on the right-hand side of the trolley. It's the buses that can't do it because of the challenge that they'll probably have driving. I'm not saying there's not enough room. It's just probably challenging for the buses to do it because they're probably tight quarters. A lot of bus drivers don't like to squeeze through tight quarters. Now he's butt up on the back of that trolley, so now he got 2 options: either back up or commit all the way through. Always give yourself room to maneuver. Never put yourself in a predicament where you can't get out of it. I mean, now he even moved closer, so it's even. Now he made it hard for the cars. So the cars can't even make it through there now because he blocked the whole entire thing. If he would have kept the bus where it was, a smart driver could have made it around the bus and continued down or up South Huntington. But they say bus drivers are supposed to be professional drivers. I don't know about that anymore. I don't know if I wouldn't call them professional drivers based off of what I see. I would say some truck drivers, I would call them professional drivers, but you get another car with his caution lights on, right? In a bad spot. Guess he's dropping somebody off for Uber, but you ever notice the only time they slow down when there's an accident? Other than that, they would have been flying down here. They got South Huntington on that side just all bogged up because nobody can make it through. Now I know a car can make it through there. A bus should be able to make it through there with the proper skill, but maybe they don't have that skill. I think a bus can make it through there, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's kind of tight. But cars definitely made it through there, no problem. Interesting though, very interesting. And I'm not going to even try to tell the people what to do because as a result of people not driving, you see what happened already. So you tell someone what to do and they end up doing something like that and they might try to blame it on you. That officer doesn't even know it, but there's a bus up there trying to. I'll let him know and see what he says. There's a bus over there that's trying to get through. I don't know. He probably needs some help, but he's at the other end behind that truck.
The bus is behind the truck. They're getting the passengers off.
Oh.
They got a supervisor down there.
She left. She ain't there.
The supervisor?
She left. She's. Yeah, I got you. Just let you know. Transit don't care because he's sitting in the car too. So, I mean, it's okay to sit in the car, but that supervisor left like a while ago. She made a U-turn and she boogied out of there. She wasn't trying to hang around for that. Transit's right there, but it is what it is. All you can do is just inform people what's going on. It's not your job to solve every issue out there, you know what I mean? And that's interesting though. Why would the supervisor leave knowing that she got trains and buses or bus that can't make it through the area here? I think there is one up this way here, or at least I thought there was one. Maybe they left too. I don't know. That's the supervisor coming down that was up there. Here comes one coming down. There was one at each end. So this guy's coming down. The female had left, so they'll figure it out. They had one up that end. They had one down here, but I guess she had another call to go to or something more important to do. Who knows?
421 Alpha, ID 11816.
Now that I'm looking at it, it is kind of tight for that bus to make it through it because that train kind of overlaps the line a little bit. So I think it'd be a real tight squeeze. Like if he was able to make it, all those mirrors will have to be pushed in on the cars and everything. And his mirror will probably have to be pushed in too because it's a real tight squeeze trying to get that bus through there. Very, very tight squeeze.
All right, let me
I think tow trucks are probably busy trying to tow all the other cars that got into crashes. So they try to figure that out. I guess they're gonna let the passengers off the bus and they gotta walk up the hill. I don't know.
35, it came in from a mobile.
We'll try to wait for him for the tow scene. All the cars come through there to do it. It's like a cut through they use. They think they can bypass the traffic. There's a road that brings you back around to this road. A lot of people utilize it, but I mean, he still can't make that left because it's gonna be difficult. So he's gonna have to make the right anyway. He's gonna probably try to do it, but it's gonna cause an accident if he does. So that. Oh, he's squeezing it though. Look like that bus driver is doing a good job. Look at this guy. I told you you're gonna try it anyway. Look at that. Trying to cause an accident, man. Actually, the bus driver is squeezing. He's doing a squeeze. He's doing pretty good at it. First tow truck's on scene. Bus driver is doing good on the squeeze part.
Hey, Parkway, hey, grab this one first.
Parkway. Say grab this one first to get that train up to. And that's supposed to be a rule of thumb. You always grab the one. Well, do these guys actually follow the rules? That's the question. The rule of thumb is always grab the one that's impeding the most traffic first. And I thought that always was the rule, but maybe someone changed the rule. This bus driver is doing pretty good on the directional squeeze.
111. Sorry, 300 River Street coming in.
Yeah, he put the mirrors in though, which is good. You know, he's helping them out pretty good. He's doing a good job at it.
Yeah, we got it.
He's putting her mirror back out. And so this guy right here is probably one of the best supervisors I've seen on the road in a long time. Because the other people wouldn't do that.
Sure, anyway, we can wait maybe 2 seconds, go off that. If not, I can start that way.
He put her mirror back, so her mirror is adjusted.
Harry, units, we get an alarm from Noria Energy Corporation, 719 Gallivan, which I believe is the gas station. Panic alarm from the register.
Okay, I'll turn down 300 River Street. Should be a Darian, sheet out front there, white shirt. Call me. 300 River Street.
Dispatcher, Charlie Robert.
11 and the 431. Taking out the message.
He's got to get an updated wheel lift where he don't have to get out the truck and do all that, like locking in and everything. All the other trucks got the automatic wheel lift that you just hit the button and it closes it, locks on the tires, lifts it up. Makes the towing a lot easier, especially in the city.
Go again, Ray.
44.
Right, what'd you call sign?
And now the supervisor came back. She probably had to go down the road for something. Now she's back over there now. He's doing it the old style method. Remember the old records that had the slings on the back like this one does? How they put the J-hooks underneath and lift it with the wheel lift? So he's hooking the J-hooks onto the axle or the framing of the vehicle. Hooking the J-hooks onto that metal wheel lift and lifting it up that way. That's not a good turn to make. That's a dangerous turn to make. That's the reason why they don't want you to make that turn, because of that reason right there. It's an old school method, but it still works. That lift, a lot of like old timers know how to do that. Some of the new guys don't know how to lift cars that way. A lot of new timers, they're not used to like the old records like this. But it still works because he did it. It's proven fact that it does still work. So remember, when you see double solid lines like that, no break in the middle, that means you're not supposed to cross over them. Like making a left turn onto a parking lot, whatever you want to think it is, you're not supposed to do that. Another car trying to beat the traffic. They thought they could beat the turn, but they're right at the turn.
Harry Jojo, clear at the RO, Frank.
This guy's trying to make a U-turn. Look at that. Everybody's making U-turns up here, but in the process, they're trying to cause an accident in the process. Interesting.
Robert, first floor, second floor. That's not a color. Ball right here. 19 Galvin PM.
You gotta disengage the wow. He's gonna mess up the transmission on that bad boy. Actually, yeah, you gotta be careful doing that. You could do more than mess up the transmission. So I don't know if he has the dolly wheels, but he might need the dolly wheels for that. I'm not sure. If that's an all-wheel drive, he's gonna either the dolly wheels is the best way to tow that vehicle like that, unless he has a way of disengaging it. And they say you're not supposed to do it in neutral either. They say you're not supposed to. And that's probably the reason why he didn't want to take that vehicle, because more challenging to tow. That's why all vehicles should be towed from accidents on flatbeds. I don't know why they don't do it in the city of Boston, but state police, I think a lot of their tows are required by flatbed only. They don't even want you to use a wrecker on the I think they do have wreckers, but they don't want you using wreckers. They want you using more flatbeds. Anything else?
Charlie 112 Frankage on that tonight.
You're gonna get that trolley moving, so everybody's staying clear while that trolley starts making some tracks. Watch out for that truck on the other side over there, or that bus.
Bravo, King 2, boy, have a good
Yeah,
night.
that's that left turn. That left turn will get you all the time doing that. That's the reason why there's no braking there, and they gotta understand that. That's the reason why.
Our last half box unit. We got a fight now in the lobby lounge at 4 Lucy Street.
I don't know how I don't know if that tow truck has dolly wheels on there. If he doesn't have dolly wheels, he might have a tough time towing that SUV over there.
Bravo 103.
Unless the front wheels disengage and he can tow from the back. It look like this might be the tow truck right here for the other one. No, that's not a tow truck either.
Watch K1. Because you got a flight as well, losing. Yes, good morning, John. I'll send it down. Good morning. Morning. They said 3 males and 7 females. I'll get you another car if you like.
Transit left because once the tracks were cleared, like they no longer need to hang around. Like they're like, our job is done. We're out.
Another Fox Raptor coming on 271 East 8, apartment 403, College Station. There are people trying to break into her apartment. Possible EP caller.
I'm just sure what this guy's doing right here, but he's sticking all the way out on the street, but he's at a bad angle. Here comes the other flat. I can't tell if it's a flat. I can't say flatbed. It looks like it's a tow truck. I can't say it's a flatbed. Look like it could be a flatbed, but I could be wrong.
Charlie 450.
What's the best angle to get? Maybe this angle right here. He's telling me it's down on the right.
Charlie 111. Can I get an I number from? I number 252-055-283. 52055.
He might see it. I just signed my flashlight. He probably sees it now.
Thank you.
Let's see which method he's gonna utilize to tow this. But to see, he could do the front or he could do the rear. But I think he might have to do the rear to make it easier for him. But they're using wreckers. Wreckers or wheel lift trucks. They don't give you a lot of options, especially if you don't have dolly wheels on the back. I mean, that's the problem. So you got an option, but you're limited. So he don't have dolly wheels on his truck either. So we don't have the dolly wheels. It makes it kind of challenging to make the tow, because you got to kind of tow it in a different manner, because you can't drag the broken wheel on the ground. So you got to kind of lift it from the back. So it's more like he's gonna lift it from the rear, probably put it in neutral and do it that way. They have to upgrade the contract for the city of Boston towing. That's the other thing too. See this truck right here? Some of my viewers pointed this out. When you have a black truck, entirely black truck, you gotta have a label on that truck with a DOT sticker on it. You cannot drive a tow truck without any labels on it. A lot of my viewers comment on a couple of tow trucks they see in the city doing that. Technically, that's illegal. They could take that truck away from you, and you can lose your license probably too, if you really want to get serious. You cannot drive a truck in the city of Boston or the state of Massachusetts without no DOT tag number on it. And there's too many trucks doing it. I don't care if it's you just bought it yesterday. You cannot tow cars with it that way. And a lot of people said, Nez, you got to point that out. And I'm going to point it out in this video. You cannot do that. And the police officers should know that too. Like, I don't know why they don't understand the law, but police officers say you can't use that truck to tow this vehicle, because we don't know what company that works for. And somebody's going to ask me I don't know. Should I even ask them what tow truck that is? I know I'm asking that question, because what tow company is this right here? Do you know?
Huh?
What tow company is this one?
I base called it in. I don't know.
See, I don't know if you noticed or not. DOT standards said you cannot have a tow truck without label on the truck.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of my viewers commented on that, and they said that's a serious violation.
Okay.
You guys don't enforce it, but they're gonna get a phone call next week about it. That's for sure.
Okay.
I'm almost positive because one of the guys that work at South Station is probably going to be looking at my video.
Alpha Ocean, I'll take Alpha.
And I think somebody already identified that truck already. Oh my God. Truck's already been identified what company it is.
Arch K1. I just want to find this kid. Like the caller was calling from something that was showing into the camera, looking for a camera. It's probably the monitoring company. I'm Ladder 15 call.
Ladder 15.
Returning 323, EMS on.
EMS on 323.
Well, it's not true. He actually does know that he does know what company that is because he gets the so, oh my God, he gets the tow slip, so he knows what company that is. So it's not like he don't know. And I think they only have 3 or 4 tow trucks that go on the cycle, so it's a process elimination anyway. And somebody happens to know, I don't know. Interesting. Somebody happens to know the rotation of how these. I don't focus on that. Somebody happens to know the rotation, the tow order, how it goes.
They have successfully removed the smell and the report. Thank you, sir. Anybody else meet you? It's scoot over.
The other tow truck is still up there with that 4-wheel drive vehicle. You're gonna catch hell trying to. If that's an all-wheel drive vehicle and you're trying to tow it like that, you can catch all kind of hell.
Ladder 15, enter known vehicle, 160 Massachusetts Avenue, Boston. Ladder 15, enter known vehicle, 160 Massachusetts Avenue, Boston. Nearest box 1567 Massachusetts Avenue or Clearway Street, 356.
Turn up. There's a Fox Rapid.
I might walk down to that tow truck down there and see how he's making out. Look at he got it. He probably put it in neutral, but he's towing it now. He's going down the roadway.
Ladder
160 pounds down, but first, please, man down. Thank you. 112, Michigan.
with police for the man down on that 23. 1, a Central Station alarm for a CO detector. 87 Tyler Street, Boston. Rescue 1, a Central Station alarm for a CO detector. 87 Tyler Street, Boston. Nearest box 1492 Tyler and Harvard Street, 2359. Ladder 28, a medical alarm. 29 New Bedford Street, Hyde Park. Ladder 28, a medical alarm. 29 New Bedford Street, Hyde Park. Nearest box 3761 Beacon Street and Bose Ave, 2359. Dispatch, please log off ID number 132702.
Looks like this car was, I'm not sure if that was damaged in the accident or that was damaged before, but this white SUV, like, it's got front end damage as well. I'm not sure what happened with that. And I'm starting to wonder if this was a parked car. If this was a parked car and it got dragged from that spot, it's kind of interesting now. That's what I'm starting to gather, because the fact that he doesn't have the keys for that vehicle means the owner's probably nowhere around. So I'm assuming that this car could have been parked at the corner, and that car that hit that car somehow, I don't know, spun around or something? I don't know. It's weird. If you look at this white car to my left, the Jeep, he has damage on the driver's side quarter panel there. So it makes it kind of wondering if that's part of the same accident or something different.
Can't believe that body's walking away. Side 5-3. 1 minute.
I guess you got to get that car in neutral. That's probably the only way to tow that without the dolly wheels, because you do got to get that in neutral to tow it, because if not, you're going to be dragging the front wheels all down the street. See, if you had a flatbed, you'll be halfway at the tow yard by now.
Box, go to. Can you check over Sunoco, 895 Mass, Hispanic male, green t-shirt, black sweatpants, panhandling.
Thank you. Can you log off the Fox 92, Frank?
Code 1, what do you want? Foxman 12. 112. 12, can you see the call at 271 East Dave, apartment 403? Came in through a 911 hang up call. Female says people are trying to get into her apartment. Female not talking. Female sees
The trolley at the other end that's trying to, he's trying to pass through there. Let's see what happens.
That's all we got.
He doesn't realize he's on the track. The cruiser doesn't realize he's blocking the tracks. Now he's moving it. The trolley still can't get by. He's not gonna make it through there like that. Or maybe. Yeah, maybe he could. Let's see how well he does. I guess he don't want to risk it. I don't know.
Fire alarm rescue 1 calling.
I guess he don't want to do it unless the supervisor tells him to do it. Because sometimes if somebody other than a supervisor tells him, then he's still liable for doing it. Like if he's got a clear passage to make it through there, I don't see why he wouldn't try it, especially if somebody's directing him. But a lot of times T has their own policy too though, so he might be following just T policy. Because if he, say for example, he does go through there and he hits that cruiser, he automatically got to get drug tested and he's pulled off the job for, until the results come back. You know, it's a lot of headache. So he doesn't want to take that chance. Get a car on the opposite side of the roadway, which is very dangerous. I'm not too sure what's going on with this car here. It appears to be that it's a front-wheel drive vehicle, which most of these cars are nowadays. But the problem is, I think there is a way to disengage that though. I don't know, like these cars, all these cars are different, so you gotta really study the cars. Sometimes in the console they have a little lever you can depress and move the shifter. But it depends on how that car is set up. It might be different. It might not have the shifter where we think it is. So it's always something. So those trains are still going to be backed up for a while. I'm going to give you a view of the other side so you can kind of see how much space that trolley does have. He does have enough space to get through there, which it looks like he does anyway. But I think he just doesn't want to challenge it.
Transporting 1 adult male from C11 to 22 Hubbardson Street, starting mileage 17180.6. 9 minutes.
Oh yeah, he can make it through there if he really wanted to. Yeah, he definitely can make it through there. I don't know why he's not trying, but he definitely can make it through there. Oh, it's gonna fall off the truck. Don't do that, buddy. It actually did. Matter of fact, it did fall off. Fell off on the other side. Interesting. So I guess he's gonna. Oh, you gotta be careful with that. Put your flashing lights on, buddy. You gotta put your. You got no yellow lights flashing at all on that truck. No one knows what he's doing. Always put the caution lights on when you're towing a vehicle. And if they don't work, that's another problem. I think DOT regulations, they have to work. I mean, I think that's clearly written in the guidelines. They have to have flashing lights on the vehicle. I'm pretty sure that's like a matter of fact. I know it is.
We've been able to make entry. We're getting 0 readings of CO.
So they might be waiting for a flatbed for this one, or a truck with dolly wheels, because I don't know if he was unable to disengage the neutral. And I'm not a mechanic. I know there's ways of doing it. I don't study all these cars. It's probably simpler than I think it is. I know the older cars, you could stick a key or something in there and disable it that way. Years ago, you could go underneath the bottom of it and just disconnect the linkage and slide it over. So new cars, things change a lot. So you just got to understand how they keep up with the mechanics of the vehicles. All the pickup trucks and vans, there was a linkage clearly on the transmission. You could pull out that pin and just slide it over. Like, you know where the clicks are. If it was in pocket, click it 2 clicks, it'd be in neutral, you'd be good to go. This is a Toyota. I think it looks like a Toyota Prius. I could be wrong. I haven't studied on these newer cars, but I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna leave a comment. Just do X, Y, and Z, and you're all set. There's another trolley trying to get through. This trolley should be able to make it through there no problem, because the tow truck's not in the way.
Caller appear to be concerned. Just check the location. Slide her back.
Now, there's another option that you can do. It's a lot of work. You could take off that front tire, swap it with the rear tire, put the rear tire on the front and tow it from the front. But that's providing that rear tire is going to roll. So you might do all that and the tire don't roll. So then you'd be back to square one again. And that's also a lot of work too.
The person was pinging. It's now pinging towards Bowden Ave by Eldon and Bowden.
A lot of these trolley trains, they're afraid to squeeze. They definitely could squeeze, but they're afraid to squeeze. He's got plenty of space.
Since her black Birkin bag was
Yeah, you can make it.
FTA watch,
Just go.
$700 in cash, credit cards, IDs.
And it helps to know how wide your trolley is too. Like what part of the, and they can't see that spot because it's kind of like a blind spot right there. But that front mirror should be adjusted where they can see at least part of it anyway. But then again, I don't know who adjusts their mirrors for them.
746 59.
Adam Robin 22, Hubbardston, mileage 17190.
There's two options. That cruiser can move off the way entirely, or he can get out and help them get past. Here come another tow truck from the horizon up there, so we'll see what happens. How this tow truck does. I'll probably get my, I think it's a better angle from the sidewalk over here than over there.
Actually, you called that 2 hours ago, all same road.
Just tell him to come around. Got the flatbed. No high visible vest on. It's a must. You gotta have a high visible vest on when you're directing traffic. Another truck with no label on it. It's Metro Towing, but like Metro Towing's been doing that for a while, and I don't know why, but they do that. It's supposed to be actually on the door, not on the toolbox.
En route to the Richardson Park for investigate purposes. Bravo 200 should be a black male, white shirt, white shorts, white shoes, and a black female. Violet color shirt, white shorts. Charlie 435. 435. They're picking up at 970 Washington Street. They have a man down. I'll help them up right now. I just want to go to
Ladder 7, respiratory distress, 88 Park Street, Dorchester. Ladder 7, respiratory distress, 88 Park Street, Dorchester. Nearest box 3182 Park and Adams Street, 018.
So they got the truck. They got the car on the truck. That's why you should use flatbeds, because it makes it a lot easier. It don't matter how the car is, you can tow it. I mean, if it has no wheels at all, you still can tow it. It only has one wheel, you still can tow it. You know what I mean? You got so many options with the flatbed. If the wrecker, I guess you call them wreckers, or even, I don't know if you want to call it a wrecker, but the other tow truck with the wheel lift on it, if he had the dolly wheels, he could have towed it, but he didn't have dolly wheels. Hey guys, a little debris on the ground, nothing major. At least that trolley can make it through now. Off to the next one. Yeah, that damage looked like it probably happened here, not somewhere else. It probably happened here.
It's Risco Drive, start miles 13403.5 pickup.
Alright guys, get to see what goes on. That was almost the next longest tow I seen. I think the longest one I did was in Brighton. There was a car rollover. There was a car rollover in Brighton, and I guess the tow truck driver was FaceTiming his brother on the other end, and he had mini J-hooks, and he was putting the mini J-hooks in the wrong spot. He was using his leverage the wrong way, and no matter how he did it, the car kept dragging until finally he got it flipped over. But I think it was, I have to check the video, I think it was like an hour and a half long, for him trying to flip the vehicle. And that's the difference between doing a trespass tow and a collision tow. Collision tows, you're not guaranteed to get the car upright all the time. So that's why it's a different training from like a regular AAA tow is usually a tow that the owner has the keys for the car. Sometimes you can just drive it up on the flatbed, park it, and you're good to go. Or just use the wheel lift and tow it easily. But if you have a car that, you know, that's been flipped over and in the woods, now it's different methods how to get it out of there. But it's all in the learning experience. Hopefully some of these videos will educate some people on how to do it or give them ideas. Catch you guys on the next one. Be safe out there, guys.